Hey everybody, it's Cynthia Maynard and I hope you're doing well today. I have a card here that is super simple to put together and it just, I don't know, it turned out really elegant and I was just playing around. I'd gotten, it's not a new embossing folder, but it's new to me and it's the 6-inch birch tree one, and especially this time of year when the leaves are falling, they're starting to anyway. We've had a bit of a dry summer in Michigan and so our trees are sort of turning a little bit early. And, in fact, I just looked out the window and one of my trees is completely red. Anyway, so we're paying a little more attention to the trees and, anyway, I just liked how gentle this card turned out and still cheery and yet fallish. And anyway, this is a Count My Blessings stamp set. I kind of overlooked this one. In our new catalog. I don't know why I did. It's just a standalone stamp set. You know, I guess I was focused more on the bundles. But look at the beautiful fonts. Thinking of You. I mean, that can be used all the time. Really, any of these can be used all the time. These lovely little acorns. And when I count my blessings, you're at the top of my list. Just a nice stamp set and not too expensive. It's the clear mount rubber. And yeah, so let me show you what I did. It's super simple. Daffodil Delight and Sahara Sand and Old Olive is kind of our theme there. So let me grab this out. I've got a Daffodil Delight card base that's 5.5 by 8.5, and then you just simply fold that in half and use your bone folder and you'll get a nice good crease on that. So just a half a sheet of paper. Alright, I have pre-cut out from our scallop squares. I used the exact same size scallop. Normally we layer them with a non-scallop, but I thought I'd do something different. So the Daffodil Delight is what we're going to stamp on, and then our Sahara Sand is going to kind of go like that behind. And then this is a piece that is, oh, what is it? I've forgotten already. 3 by 3.5. Just a piece of Whisper White there. So let's get ourselves together here. Stamps off. Of course, we need the embossing folder, and I went ahead and embossed this. It's a piece of Sahara Sand that is 4 by 5.25, so it's going to just fit and get us a nice little yellow border. Of course, make sure your trees are pointed the right way. I almost put them upside down. Not that it's a huge deal, but generally limbs grow up and out, right? So that's that. And then I've got inks here. I've got Old Olive. This is going to be for our Whisper White piece. And also we're going to do some usage of our little, oh my goodness, it's a blender pen. Couldn't think of it. So we need some archival ink because we're going to do some blending. That's what that's for. And I'm going to use Night of Navy to do the sentiment there. So, alright, and we're also going to use this beautiful chevron, what's it called? It's in crushed curry, but what is mini chevron ribbon, and it's not the same as the Daffodil Delight, but I like the fact that it's a little bit of a shade darker, so it just gives another point of interest. And then we're going to use Dazzling diamonds to get this beautiful effect. It's just really, I don't know if it's showing up in camera, but in person it's just that little pop that is just needed for a simple card like that. So alright, let's get rolling. Alright, and just right in the middle there. You know what? That didn't come out the way I liked it. So I'm going to flip that on over and make sure that I am pressing down appropriately. Thankfully, there are two sides of paper, right? There we go. I like that better. Bring in our Whisper White piece, and you are going to need a little scrap. I forgot to grab one of Whisper White to stamp our flower on. Actually, let's do that first because we're going to need our Dazzling diamonds to dry. So let's stamp that. I'm going to stamp that in. I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to close it before I have an accident, which is very likely. Archival black. I will warn you, I am not the best fussy cutter, so but I wanted to do it anyway. I liked how it turned out, and you know what? It's handmade. It's I need to clean my Stampin' scrub. Our blender pen. So what I have for the stem, I have the Old Olive, and then I used, I guess I do need more ink. I liked the little bit of pink that this kind of toward the base there. Just something a little artsy. I'm an artist and I gotta have a little something something. So you can just take your, I've done it different ways. You can use your aqua brush, you can do whatever, but you can, I wanted to show you, you can take your blender pen and dip it on right in there. So let's go ahead and start with our Daffodil Delight. You just go like that, and then look, it just comes right off. And then you can blend it out if you want less ink. So you can also, if that was too much ink for you, you can take a little off that way before you go ahead and come in with that. So obviously we want some shading going on there, or whatever. Don't stress out about it. If you're just going to color it, just color it, but it'll still be pretty. But if you're wanting some extra detail, then maybe a little shading might be for you. Okay. That's that one. And then I'm going to switch here. I'm going to let that dry for a second and do my Old Olive. So again, just coming in from the darker side over and then blending out, because you have your blending liquid in there that's built right in, so not a problem if you go outside the lines here. We're cutting it out anyway. So with the Flurry Flamingo, I'm going to start from the base of the flower here, and I'm just going to kind of come up, and the yellow and pink together really, I'm just sort of feathering, if that makes sense, just at the base. It just adds a layer of authenticity to it in terms of, you know, the rest of the card's so simple that this is a way to detail without much effort. And then I'm just going to come in with these little middle bits here. Okay, we're going to let that dry. We have our little little flowers here, and what I'm just doing is just some random stamping there. It's a light, delicate, like a hand-drawn. Okay, we're not going to see most of it, but it just adds another layer of texture. And then we're going to come in with this little falling leaves. And randomly do that as well. And now it is a matter of assemblage and our Dazzling diamonds. So let's get to work on that. So we have our card base, we have our embossed piece, and this is what we're going to first put our ribbon around. So if you want to take your ribbon, kind of see how much you need there. Okay, and then we'll use that to tie a bow in a second. And use just some snail. I kind of have this in the, if you take the middle and then you just go down a little bit. Okay, so just like that. Hold that in place, and then on the back you can add, you'll know right where to add your little extra bits there. Okay, like that. Then we need our white piece. That is going to go kind of, if you center it, and then kind of go up a little bit into the right. Okay, so we want to see that peeking out here. And then for this, we're going to offset, so we're only going to put adhesive on, it's throwing me off with those words. Let's see here. Might be easier to do it on the bottom square here, like that, because we want to offset it, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to put that straight down on our card like that, so that we have this showing, and we still want to keep this showing. About assembly line, right? Okay, here's where the fussy cutting comes in, and we can go ahead and put this, let's put this on first. I'm delaying the fussy cutting as long as possible. Give it purposeful dimension. So I love my phone. You've watched me any number of times. Okay, and then make sure we got that. You can put a white panel on the inside. It'll be very easy to do. Okay, now we're just ready for some fussy cutting. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because I'm not that exciting to watch. But you just, basically, I always kind of start out doing the main bit here. Helps me to have direction. And one thing which you probably heard other people say is to turn the paper rather than your scissors completely, so that kind of helps. So we got it fussy cut out. I didn't go down into there because I'm putting a bow on it anyway, and so some of that's going to get covered up. So let's grab out our, let's adhere it first actually. And I'm going to pop this up. The actual flowers themselves are going to kind of not be, so I'm not going to put them toward the end. Alright, and we want to put it there so we can still read our sentiment. So I'm going to kind of tilt it, and then we'll straighten out our bow here. And then putting it where it's not going to interfere with the words. Give it a good press. Dazzling Diamonds, spoon, and our glue. This is our fine tip glue applicator that I just twisted off the wrong end. Alright, and all I did was just kind of painted, as it were, the flower with glue. And then you just kind of let it catch. It's so pretty. I love Dazzling Diamonds. Of all the glitters, that one's my favorite. I love the iridescent element of it. It brings different colors and it's reflecting the ink underneath there. Hopefully you can see that. Ooh, my battery's about ready to go. I'm going to finish it. Well, I am finished. Okay. Go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe so that you don't miss out. We do have a 2,000 subscriber giveaway coming soon, guys. Thanks so much. Hopefully you'll try this card out and it'll inspire you to do these techniques. Have a great day.